Hi, I did my case study on Daniel. Daniel is a 14-year-old male. He is of a mixed Hispanic race. He currently lives with his mother and his older sister. His father divorced from his mother when he was 9, so about 5 years ago. Um, they separated due to his father abusing drugs. And his mother had a zero tolerance for that and asked him to leave. Currently, he does not have a relationship with his father. They used to have phone calls sporadically, but now he has not heard from him in a while and does not know where he resides at the present time. Um, Daniel recently started at a new school. Um, in former schools, he has always had trouble making friends, and has been bullied a lot, including being physically beaten by bullies at school. He is an average student, though his mother believes that he could do a lot better if he applied himself. His sister, on the other hand, is she's a straight A student and a star on the school soccer team. So Daniel very much lives in her shadow, um, both socially and academically. Um, Mom works two jobs to make ends meet and provide for her children, so both Daniel and his sister have a lot of independence and free time away from parental guidance. Daniel recently was busted for having marijuana at school. He said that he started using when he got to his new school, as a way to make friends, which did work for him, although it got him into trouble. He also admitted to selling marijuana as well. He also said that he has begun using it when he's not with friends. So he's using it on his own and as a way to cope with stress and anxiety. Um, when it comes to trauma, Daniel losing his father to divorce is was traumatic for him. It was his father figure, and he has not had his father in his life for the past 5 years, so that was very hard for him. Um, Other than the smoking of the marijuana, Daniel hasn't been in any other trouble. Um, so this was a first time offense for him. Um, in addition to trauma, as I was mentioning, the physical abuse that he's endured from school, from bullies, has been traumatic for him, um, both mentally and physically traumatic. Unfortunately, Daniel has learned that using drugs and selling drugs has put him in a position of safety at school because people don't want to beat him up because of the friends that he has, and kind of gives him a safety net, so he feels protected by them. He also knows that he can make money from selling the marijuana, so he's providing for himself, which is something that every teenager wants to be able to do. Daniel feels, to an extent, alone and as an outcast, especially when compared to his sister. Um, his grandparents are in his life. However, they seem to be more involved with his sister. They go to her soccer games and seem to be very proud of her in her endeavors, whereas Daniel doesn't have as much to be proud of. So he feels a sense of aloneness and just unwanted, a feeling of being unwanted from his grandparents, as well as probably to an extent his mother, because she knows that he can do better. So Daniel has really learned to cope with his stressors by smoking marijuana. Um, the trigger for Daniel was moving to a new school and wanting to start in a position of um, being able to make friends and find a group of people that he could call his friends. And that was when he was offered to smoke marijuana, and that's what started his whole journey towards getting into trouble. So that's Daniel. Thank you.